What's up, my love? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya if this is your very first time here. So today, guys, we are going to be creating this look using all new products. We got new complexion, new eyes, new highlight, new lips, all that jazz. We got it today. While we are playing in new makeup, we are going to have another girl chat. Y'all loved the one last week so much and I was like, you know what? Let's just follow up with another one. But today we're going to be focusing on being the woman of his list and especially the woman of yours. I'm pretty much going to share my journey with you guys, what I'm intentionally doing to be the best woman that I can be for myself and for my own happiness in my own world, while also being a reflection of that long list we all got for that man we want. But that amazing man is gonna want an amazing woman, so we talking about that today. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring us today, and let's hop right into it. Before we do, please make sure that you hit subscribe below if you have not yet, so that you are updated when new videos come out. Also make sure that you hit that notification bell as well, so that you are updated when new videos go up. All right, my loves, let's do it. So real quick today, I do kind of want to do more of a fluffier brow look, y'all, so I'm just gonna start to go ahead and do that, and I'm using the Tinted Feather Effect Styling Wax from Colourpop. So I'm just gonna use that to kind of like laminate my brows upwards so that they lay and that we can kind of add like some pomade to fill them in. But guys, our talk last week, first of all, y'all freaking loved the video. Very happy about that. And a lot of you guys requested that we continue to do videos like that. So I was like, you know what? Why not follow up with another one? Kind of. This time I didn't take questions, but kind of some of the stuff we were talking about was very focused on loving yourself, making sure that you're loving yourself before you can make those hard decisions to get out of toxic relationships. And I don't know, I just felt as though it kind of directly goes with kind of where my journey has been. If you guys watched my morning routine, then you do know that I have kind of been on a journey of just perfecting myself and loving on myself, paying more attention to me, what I like, becoming the woman that I've always wanted to be, and being extremely intentional about that. Right on my bathroom mirror is a list of things that, you know, kind of reflect the kind of woman that I'm becoming and that I want to be, that I kind of like reflect over every morning. And it got me thinking, who was that? Nicole Ari Parker, I believe, who like asked God, you know, for this man and everything like that. And she was like, God came back and was like, okay, are you what this man would want on his list? Like, if he made his list, are you the perfect candidate for this perfect man that you want? And not only is the list that I have as far as who I'm trying to be and the type of woman that I want to be just a goal for myself as a woman, but it also is kind of a reflection of my list of my man and making sure that, hey, if I'm asking for all these things, then I have to be this person in return. You know, how do I expect to land this type of person if I would not be the type of person that he would want? So I feel like this conversation today, you kind of can take in different ways. It depends on where you are in your life, you know, but I feel as though whether you take it, you know, specifically about, you know, being the type of woman that that man would want, or just pouring into yourself in general, besides the fact of trying to get a man. Because I believe that this conversation can be for any woman, married, single, whatever the case may be. Yes, if you're single and you do these things, it might help you to be more on the radar of the person that you desire to be with, kind of like be, you know, the equivalent of the person that you want. But also, honestly, y'all, it just makes you become more of just who you are and be happy as in your own skin as a woman in general. That ain't got nothing to do with no man. This is just kind of the journey that I have been on recently, because I feel like if once I become this woman and I feel like I'm this woman, I'm happy in my skin, with myself, with my life. I feel like once I have that wholeness in myself, that I low-key, you know, you forget to be out here looking for a guy. Suddenly your focus is not so much on that because you have so much focus on yourself, bettering yourself, and just loving your own company. And usually that's when he show up. I kind of just wanted to share my journey with you guys and some of the things that I feel like I have been doing specifically pertaining to my list to get to like that end point of feeling more whole and becoming the woman that I see myself being. So one of the things that I do want like in a guy is someone who has their own thing going on, especially because I have so much going on in my life, my career. Like, I need you to have your own thing, baby. I can't have you just like sitting up under me breathing, you know, and just not doing your own thing, because I'm busy. I need you to be busy as well, whether that be your work, your hobbies, whatever that is. So you guys, of course, know I'm a YouTuber and I pour myself into my work and my Instagram, my YouTube. I'm also constantly trying to learn more about myself, what kind of things I like, making sure that I have hobbies, making sure that I have things that separate me from this man and what he would want to do. So like I said, you can look at it that way as far as being his list person, or just becoming who you want to be. For me, I think it's good for women to have hobbies, to have things that they like, that they're into, that has nothing to do with anyone else and what they like and what they into. So a great way to find out what you like and to dive into new things in a very inexpensive way is to check out Skillshare. So thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring us today. But you guys know I've talked about Skillshare multiple times on my channel. If you do not know what it is, Skillshare is an online learning community where life learners, creators, and just people who just want to dive into something they're interested in or always been interested in. You can go on there. There are thousands of classes that focus on all types of different topics. So there are classes on there that cover pretty much anything. There's stuff about marketing, art, photography, productivity, entrepreneurship, illustration, anything you can think of, they got it on Skillshare. An annual subscription equals to less than $10 a month. So it is a really, really great and affordable resource to have when you are trying to figure out yourself. It's really a great resource because I know that I've been taught first by my sister that you want to be a woman with something to do. It's nothing like a woman with nothing to do when this man comes in and becomes your everything. And suddenly, if he leaves or something happens, you feel like you have nothing. So not only for that reason, but just as a woman in general, you want to spend your time doing things that you enjoy, that you feel make you a better person, make you a more well-rounded person. And I do truly believe that Skillshare is a great place to start when you are trying to find a hobby or something to do with your time if you don't have anything else to do. One video that I have been having my eye on that I really want to take is called Video for Instagram, and pretty much teaching you how to tell an engaged story in less than a minute, because y'all know I've been trying to up my IG game and I need as many resources as possible to help me to really master that platform. So Skillshare is made specifically for learning, so there's no ads, and it's like the perfect environment to learn new things and dive into maybe some stuff you already been into. So the first 1,000 babes to click the link in the description and in the first comment will get a free trial of a Skillshare premium membership. So make sure you guys check out that link, and thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring us today. So the brows are coming together, girl. They looking good. They're nice and laminated. She's looking cute, girl. She looking cute. But we are about to go ahead and transition into face. But yeah, y'all, I just feel like it's super duper important to make sure that you have your own thing going on. I done heard so many stories of women who feel like, you know, they made a man their everything once he came along. Oh, this great man, this is wonderful. And you just don't have nothing else to show but that man. And it's so important to have your own thing. You know, sometimes you can't answer the phone. Sometimes I'm busy. Sometimes I got plans. Even if you don't, girl, tell him you do. But it's better if you actually do. And it doesn't matter if you actually have plans with a friend or plans with yourself to stay home and drink wine and watch TV. It doesn't matter. It's just important to realize that you are very important, and that's something that I am definitely on top of these days. Like, I know I'm already busy, but especially when you find somebody that you really, really like, you kind of want to be like open and free for them. And it's like, nah, I feel like you have to build up the momentum to get to the point where you're okay saying, nah, we can't go tonight. I have something to do, even if that's a date for yourself or staying at home and painting or whatever you're into. That is extremely important, and I am being very intentional about that. But Rare Beauty did send us some goodies. They just came out with a new primer. And y'all know I've never tried Rare Beauty on my channel. So we're gonna try out the foundation today. I'm really hoping it's my shade. I feel like it might be a little bit darker, but it's fine. We're gonna figure it out. This is the Pore Diffusing Primer. And this is what it looks like. Cute packaging. And we are going to, okay, there we go. We're gonna dip right into this. I'm not sure, this is my first time trying this out, so hopefully it's cool. I like the consistency of it. I feel like it does have a fragrance, so if you wanna stay away from fragrances, then this is not the one for you, but I like it. It's giving me a little bit thinner than our Milk Hydro Grip, which y'all know is my fave. So the next thing, oh, I like how it makes my skin feel too. It just feels super smooth. I like that. And y'all probably gonna hear me keep giving disclaimers because I don't want this to be taken as it's all about the man. You know what I'm saying? And being what he wants. I feel as though, like I said, it depends on where you're coming from in life. But in general, just becoming and being intentional about the woman you want to be and taking steps daily to become that woman. Yes, it will help for you to be your ideal man's list woman. But if he don't show his face for the next 5-10 years, you still are elevating your life and being the vision of the highest and best version of yourself. Not always saying, oh, I will be that woman. You are that woman, you know? So I'm gonna stop with the disclaimers. It's fine. It's fine. Who calling me? Messing up my video. So we're gonna go ahead and try the foundation real quick and then we'll get to the next point. I always saw that this has a doe foot applicator and I love that because you guys know I always like to blot foundation on my face, and I really think this is gonna be too dark. I'm just gonna put it like around here. Oh, this is more of like a watery formula. No, it's called Weightless. I did send over some brushes, so I'm gonna use the brush to start to blend out. Oh, the formula of this will make you think that this is not gonna give you good coverage, but it's giving coverage. It is a little darker than I'm used to because y'all know I usually match my color down here, but I think we can work with this, especially with a lighter concealer. Let's go ahead and finish blending out while we move to the next thing. So we're gonna get to like the body and keeping yourself up and all of that stuff, but next I would say let's talk about healing. Let's talk about that. Because I feel like we want a man who, and I mean, who doesn't want a man who is healed from his childhood trauma, who is healed from things he's gone through, so that he's not projecting that energy or those, you know, things that have not been handled onto you. We all want a man that is like that because I'm sure a lot of us have been in the situation where we've been with someone who was not healed and it jacked up our lives. Trust me, I have been there. Oh my goodness, because on the girl chat last week I told you guys that me and my ex had a big problem, like a big disconnect when it comes to love language. I told you guys that for me it was the words of affirmation, but this person has not done the work to heal himself from his childhood traumas and everything like that, and had some issues because, you know, parental figures in his life never said I love you. So of course he has a problem with saying that to me now, but that's my love language. So, you know, maybe it wouldn't be so much of a problem with someone whose love language was not words of affirmation, but that created a big issue for us. And that is the result of not dealing with your issues. Had he or whoever really realized that was an issue, which I feel like that was the first time he realized it was an issue because he wasn't messing with no little college chick, he was messing with a wrong woman. And we just bring something else to the table, you know? But anyway, I just feel as though had he known that was an issue and that it would cause so many issues in our relationship or in his adult relationships with a woman, that he would have, you know, you take the time to really figure out your healing. Go to therapy, figure out, you know, how do I heal from this so that I am not projecting these problems onto this woman who did nothing. And y'all, I love this foundation. I love this. And it doesn't look too dark. I'm gonna bring it down onto my neck just a little bit because y'all know my neck is darker than my face and darker than my chest, but I think this is gonna end up looking really pretty. And it definitely is weightless. I love that. If we want a man who is not going to project those things onto us, how about we don't project our problems onto him either? how do we do that? And get our own healing as well. If you don't have a good relationship with your father, maybe it's the time to focus on that. If you have trust issues based on a past relationship, to where now you have a new man and you can't trust him, but really it's your ex-man you can't trust, so you just haven't healed from that. We have to be intentional, and this is the concealer, y'all. This is in the shade, I didn't even tell you guys what shade this was in. This is in 480W, and the concealer is in 450W. It's a little bit more on the yellow side. Everything is today. Y'all know I love more of a neutral vibe, but it's cool. We are going to just rock with it. I feel like the ways that we can make sure that we're doing that is, like I said, going to therapy. Therapy is for everyone. I feel like everyone can benefit from therapy, and going to therapy, working through their problems with someone who is not biased, they just help you to process. And even if you don't feel like you need therapy, just really giving yourself the time to understand or find out, like, what is bothering me? Why is it bothering me? Why did I just go off on that person like that and I don't even know them? You know what I'm saying? Everything has a reason, and the way we are affected by our childhood trauma really manifests itself in some crazy ways as an adult. We got to make sure that we are getting the healing that we need, not only because of the man that will be coming into our lives, and to be our best for him, and for him not to put his stuff on you and for you not to put your stuff on him, but to be and feel free as a woman in general. Forgiving people even if they didn't say sorry. That is imperative. That is imperative, because you will save so much heartbreak and heartache from your future relationship if you are healed from your past. That is one thing that I'm trying to do as well, is just, you know, address my issues. Go head on with them. Realize that I'm an adult now. I have a choice whether to let that control me and dictate my choices and, you know, mess up my life, or to really face it and start to understand it, understand why I'm doing these things, saying these things, addressing these people like this, and do something about it and make it better. Or at least know that you can be aware of it so that you can be intentional about the actions that come from that. So we need a little, this is cute. This is real cute. I just want some extra little brightness, girl. Nothing new there, y'all know me. I'm just gonna add a light layer of Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion, and this is in the number 4, just to brighten up where I want to brighten. So next I'm gonna go into my bronzing balm, and you know, we ain't gotta focus on this too much, but we're gonna move on to the next thing. And we are using this brush from Il Makiage by Carly Bible to sculpt out the base. I guess we can go ahead and talk about, you know, the body, girl, because we want, or me in particular, I guess I'm really just talking from what I want in my list for my man. I want somebody who is fit. And if he's not fit, at least he cares about, you know, his body, his appearance, you know, he keep that beard, which, Lord, I would love for him to have a beard. He keep that beard nice and trimmed and put together, you know. Someone who cares about their appearance, who dresses really nice, and it's just, you know, the epitome of looking good on the outside. I want that. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking God for that. Look, God knows the desires of your heart, and he cares about what matters to you. He does. And no matter what that thing is, he cares about what matters to you. I want someone who is healthy, as far as they eat healthy, they're doing things to be healthier in their daily lives, because I know that's just not gonna do anything but help and encourage me. And like I said, someone who's well groomed, cares about their appearance. So of course, not just because of a man, but as women, or as just me, because I can speak for myself, I want to be a woman who has very high standards for my appearance and my health. I feel like that is a form of luxury when you are really attentive to how you look, how you come across to people and to yourself. Because this also goes for when you're at home chilling and ain't nobody there looking at you but the Lord. Health-wise, food-wise, working out, your appearance, what you wear at home and what you wear out. All of those things I feel like is a form of luxury when you really give it the attention that it needs. Granted, I know that's kind of hard for some people, especially if you have a whole bunch of children or, you know, your time is not really your own, but you still can do little things here and there to make you feel good and to pull your appearance together. And that's kind of where I am in my life. Like, I'm at a point where I am being intentional about the things that I choose to wear, how I walk around my house, how groomed my body is, you know, making sure, you know, I do my hair removal, and this is all for me. So not saying that this is what you have to do. I'm really just talking from my own journey. That's where I am, and that's what I want for myself. I've been working out every morning. It's been going good, y'all. I've skipped a few days, but you know, it's fine. I've been working out, doing my meal prep, making sure that I'm eating right most of the time. I've been getting more into fragrance, taking care of my hair. I'm a natural, so I be trying to make sure that my hair is good and that it's growing and flourishing. Trying to keep my nails done, just in general, whatever you see as keeping up your appearance to feel good about yourself, I feel like is an intentional choice. Everyone has a different definition of what that means, but that's what it means for me, and that is what I'm being intentional about, to be the best version of myself. We have a new setting powder today, y'all. We got a new setting powder. This is Hailey's. It's from Hailey's Beauty. This is the ReTouch Soft Focus Setting Powder. Open it and it has like your little, you know, hose to sift it. They did send me some brushes for this as well, like some powder brushes. But you guys know I like to pat my concealer underneath my eye with my sponge. So under the eye, I am just gonna go in with my sponge to apply. And then everywhere else, I am going to use the powder brush. And this powder is kind of a thinner powder formula. It's very fine in my opinion, and I actually really like, let me look up close. I really like how this is working. Usually I would try a new powder with, you know, my regular products that I use all the time, so I really can see like the difference of how it works different than my Laura Mercier. So I'm always comparing things to that one, but I like this. It's really mattifying my skin out, and it's actually working really good over the Rare Beauty products. So I like it, girl. I like it. So another part of my journey, which a lot of you guys are totally aware of, is me being on a feminine journey. And for me, that has to do not only with appearance and, you know, what we just talked about, taking care of yourself and seeming more feminine on the outside. For me, it also pertains to some personality characteristics, or making sure that I'm being intentional about my actions and, you know, how I look at certain things. For me, it's also my feminine journey, because it really just depends on what your definition of femininity looks like. I share with you guys is sometimes I'm not very confident in the fact that I am sensitive, and I've gotten teased about and everything, and it is obviously a very feminine trait to have, and so it makes me the woman that I am. The fact that I have a big heart and that I'm sensitive, I try to be intentional about looking at it in a different way than in the negative way that I've always looked at it, because I'm always like trying not to cry, trying not to be so softer, you know, but that's who God made me. That's who I am. So it's part of my journey to embrace that more, you know, try to control it in certain ways depending on the situation more, but also embracing that about me, because God made me that way for a reason. And it's part of my feminine journey of embracing those feminine attributes about myself. Also, some people see it as not using curse words. Some people see that more as like a religious thing and just, you know, not having foul talk. And some people see it as a feminine thing, that ladies don't curse. You know, it depends on what your thing is. And we don't have a new bronzer today, y'all, so I'm just going to use my Fenty Beauty bronzer while we continue to talk, because I feel like when we're comparing this to like the man's list or what we want out of a man and being the opposite of that, or being, you know, a reflection of that, for me it's wanting a man who has more, I guess, more masculine attributes versus feminine. So when that comes to how they dress, you know, you want a man who dresses a certain way that for you equals masculinity, or puts himself together a certain way, smells like a man. Some dudes, you know, you just smell like you fine. You know, like maybe things like that. But then we're talking about ideology, maybe someone who is more of a gentleman, because that is a masculine thing to do. Someone who takes charge or knows how to lead. I feel as though that is my like man list thing that I'm reflecting when I am focusing on being more feminine, if that makes sense. But some people, some women, y'all, some of us are not completely on track with a man being a gentleman. I am, like I told y'all, in some ways I'm very traditional, and in that way I am. I like a man with some chivalry, you know what I'm saying? Part of being more feminine is knowing how to accept that gentleman. Some of us don't know how to. We feel, you know, we were raised or didn't have men in our lives that showed that, which I was one of them. My ex, he was the gentleman of all gentlemen. I didn't even know before him that you were supposed to have your woman walk on the side of the street where the cars were not. I didn't know. I had no one ever do that for me, or do that, you know, whatever. I was just ignorant to it. I didn't know. I didn't have that. A lot of us operate from that lens. So when a man comes along and does these types of things, it's like, well, what you doing? I don't need that. I'm a strong woman. I'm good. I don't need you to protect me. And this is relative, because some women have a reason for this and it's valid, and maybe, you know, if that's your thing, then that's your thing. But from me and who I am, I want someone who does those things for me, because I feel protected. Some of us cannot accept those types of things, and for different reasons. And that kind of goes back to getting the healing that we need, because it might be a past situation that's keeping you from accepting this type of treatment from this man, you know? Can I just say that I love how this complexion is turning out. Don't pay attention to the eyes, y'all, because we're gonna get there. But this complexion is so smooth. It's no harsh lines. Everything is just coming together so beautifully, and I am loving these products. All stuff that I have never used before, and baby, she is giving. I'm always dropping something. We're gonna go ahead and switch over to the eyes, y'all. We have two different palettes, and the conversation ain't over. We got some more to talk about. But because I had a whole little list of stuff that I wanted to hit on. I got a couple Colourpop palettes. I've been getting all types of boxes from Colourpop that I hadn't opened, and I just opened today. We did get the Lizzie McGuire collection. So if you're around my age, then you used to watch Lizzie McGuire. So this was exciting to me, and I love the colors in here. And then we also got this So Very Lovely palette, which is a little more neutral, still has some color in it. So I think we want to play with a combination of both of these. We'll zoom in a little bit because we didn't zoom in last time, but we still about to get our talk on. So another thing that I feel as though we do, and maybe not we, but me specifically, that I desire in a man, that was my very first characteristic that I mentioned last week that I want my man to have, is to be God-fearing. Or not even just God-fearing. A man, you know, of salvation, a man who is living life for Christ, as a relationship with God, knows how to lead me in that direction, ... You know, those of us who want that same thing, the question is, does that type of man want us? And where we are spiritually is the question. Another part of my journey, like I said and keep saying, not just for this man, it kind of helps to put things into perspective, but you can't let that be your only, you know, goal, or your only like thing pushing you to become this better person. It's a good reason floating up in there. Everyone wants a lifelong partner, but you know, it can't be your end all be all, which brings us to the fact that God should be. And I say that because, you know, of course, this man is not gonna want no halfway woman. Someone whose life does not reflect the fact that they are, you know, a woman of salvation or a saved woman. So I am in particular working to make sure I'm intentional about having my daily devotions, talking to God. Y'all, I don't know what color I want to do. Okay, neither one of them palettes have a good like neutral brown shade for my crease. So I'm actually gonna dip into my toffee brown palette from Huda Beauty, and I'm gonna dip into this color right here in the corner, just for a little base on the eye there. But yeah, making sure that I am getting closer to the Lord is very important to me in my life in general. Forget the man. I want to, you know, get closer to God in my spiritual life, and having my daily devotions helps me with that. Being, you know, a good person, making sure I'm making the right decisions in my life daily, you know, increasing my faith by giving him my issues and not worrying. You can't, you know, have faith and worry at the same time. That is my journey that I am trying to do, and I know that will benefit me once I find that manly, you know, that man of God, because I will be his counterpart. I will be someone who also has an amazing relationship with God that I just add on to his leadership. And we are just working this into our outer crease in circular motions, making it soft around it. Y'all know how I am. We want to make sure that it is nice and deep, but also make sure that there's no lines of demarcation, because I hope y'all already know that we about to go pastel with this. I ain't done with the pastel eyes. I'm not done. I'm not done. But I think I want to blend it with like a shimmer shade as well this time, instead of doing the whole lid as like a matte. And I'm always doing the top and the bottom separately, so I'm gonna try to go ahead and do them together today. So I'm bringing that shade on the bottom, just on the corner. Then taking a clean brush around the edges of this to make sure it is nice and buffed out. Yeah, I feel like we've done like the lime green, so I really think I want to do this one instead, and then maybe go into this. Ooh, that'd be cute. It's not pink, y'all. It's not pink. Oh, I just stuck my nail in this. Let me hush. So y'all, I feel like what it is that I'm really saying is, ooh, that is beautiful. Oh my God. I feel like what it is that I'm really trying to say, guys, is that we gotta match that same energy. We gotta match that energy that we are asking for, praying for in general. But we gotta be intentional about working on ourselves and making sure that we are in reflection of our list. But a lot of the time, I really feel like we don't think about, hey, are you the person for that man? Don't be letting that man come into your life and then you just jack his whole stuff up. That man got something going for him. What you got going for you? And that is like a driving factor for me, on top of just wanting to live my best life and being the best version of myself. I don't know when he gonna come through. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I know this is my single season, and I know I have the time now to do some things that I probably am not gonna be able to focus on later, and I have time to do the work on myself. I can replace all the complaining I like to do with, you know, being more intentional about me. I guess we ended up not using the Lizzie McGuire one at all. I'm gonna use this though. I'm gonna use this eventually. I want to take Macaroon, which is the color here, and I'm gonna put that on the inner tear duct. I just feel like this finna be cute. I feel like this finna be cute. Let's see. So I could also just be daydreaming right now. Oh yeah, it's cute, y'all. It's cute. You just gotta blend it a little bit, especially when you have like shimmers and a matte, like different finishes together. Baby, your blend game has got to be together, because it just needs to be together. And this shimmer shade is called Organza, and baby, she is giving life right now. She is giving life. Now I'm gonna take more of a clean brush around that shade in the middle, because we don't want that to overwhelm the look, because it is so matte and bright, but we want it to still just kind of fade in. On the corner of my eye, you know how sometimes I kind of bring that outer shade over like a little liner? I want to do that just to kind of connect it with the outer crease color. I always love how this looks on looks. And we're gonna make sure we got on our mascara. We're gonna pop on some lashes. And the lashes we are using are from House of Lashes, and these are in Iconic Light. I am gonna use the highlighter from this Carly Bible by Il Makiage palette. It's not an eyeshadow palette, it's more like a highlighter and blush palette. Bronzer ain't gonna work for me, but I think we're gonna go into this baked highlighter here. So y'all, as far as the conversation, I feel as though like once you have become intentional about doing these things for yourself, becoming the best version of yourself as a woman, and you're to the point where you're loving on you, you are your best self, you are looking how you want to look, you are catering to your needs, your wants, your desires. I feel like, girl, I done forgot to put on my mascara at the bottom. What, Jesus. So yeah, once you've done all those things, honestly, you really will get to the point, which I feel like I'm starting to get to the point, because y'all know I don't complain about not having a man nearly as much as I used to. I feel like that has a lot to do with how much attention I'm putting into me and my desires and where I am in my life versus complaining. Like I said, you shift your energy from that place of complaining and upsetment, or, you know, being dissatisfied that you're not with your person yet, and you redirect it towards, you know, putting it into yourself. Another thing that I'm trying to do as well, which is something that I want my future husband to have, is being caring and thoughtful, and caring about other people, which I feel like I kind of do naturally, but sometimes I want to be more intentional about making sure I'm doing that as well. I've started a routine of donating, you know, makeup to women's shelters. If there's someone in need, making sure that, you know, if I can do anything to help, and I can, that's where my heart is, that I do that. Sometimes, you know, helping others or giving back, or, you know, giving back to the community or whatever it is for you, helps you to develop just stronger character and just be a good person. And sometimes we treat ourselves better when we know that we're doing things like that, because it's just helpful. So that's another way that you can reflect, you know, the list that you've made for this man, that you can be a reflection of that, or just to, like I said and have been saying, be a better woman. But the goal is to get so locked into you that we forget to complain about not having a man, or not, you know, being where we want to be where that is concerned. To where I feel like in those moments, or when you have gotten to that point and you're happier with yourself, and, you know, you're not so focused on negatively about having a man, that's when God gonna be like, here sis, now what? Drops mic. When you least expect it, when you stop looking, when you stop anticipating, that's when God can be like, you know what? I think you're ready for this now. I think you're ready. And by that point, you could care less if he comes or not, because you're so happy with yourself. We're gonna go, actually, I think this is gonna be too light. This is from the Carly Bible and Il Makiage collab, and I'm pretty sure, that's not too light. It's like a perfect brown. I like this. Oh, for once, y'all, we got a brown liner that's not like super duper dark brown. And I think this is gonna be really cute, because this also came with a good nude lip. My lips are dry. Don't judge me, y'all. So like I said, there's also a nude, and this one is in the shade Taurus. It's a Dirty Talk matte lip color, and this is what it looks like. And we're gonna see. Oh, definitely matte. My lips are still very dry. But yeah, I'm gonna need some type of moisture, girl, because this ain't gonna work. But love this combination, especially with the colorful eyes that we have today. Definitely in love with this combo. All right, y'all, so this is our finished look. How are we feeling about the makeup today? I like that we used color. I love that we used 2 different finishes. I love that we did the fluffier brows today. And I am loving the complexion. Let's zoom in so you can see the vibes, girl. And let's wrap up. All right, babes, so that wraps it up for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's little girl talk. Thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you guys click the link below to get that free trial of the Skillshare premium membership. And if you like this video, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you thought. Also, make sure that you hit subscribe below, and I will see y'all on the next video. Bye.